We're at the Kingdom in Carlsbad and we're checking out Taylormade's 2026 product lineup. Let's go! Qi4D, Andrew. What are the 4Ds?
The 4 dimensions to speed. We looked at like how do we go faster with the face. So one dimension is the face. Carbon equals speed. We know we can make faster faces with carbon. The next one would be the shaft system, right? We've identified different rotations. The way people deliver the golf club to the ball is differently. Some people are very quick to the ball, and some people hold on a long time, like a Collimore cowboy is like what we call a holder. So we've identified profiles so that we actually have a stock offering of shafts that gives you like a custom fit. The next dimension would be the head itself. We've identified a few areas that we can actually make the club go faster. The leading edges around the face, soften those up so the air flows better. We've changed the crown dynamics. We tucked in the protrusion so the air flows across the head. And then the fourth is just the fitting system. So more TAS weights, more shape changes to our drivers, having enough options there so you can go through a fitting process and get fully dialed in. When we look at a fitting process and you have the average golfer ask them what are they looking at, they're probably looking at club head speed and ball speed. There's a reason why distance is so important. You ask the fitter, you ask a tour player, a really good player, what are they looking at? I'm looking at spin rates, landing angles, launch, right? And so that becomes really important. So we want to be the fastest, most fittable drivers in the world. And we'll see consistencies around the product and very consistent spin rates so that you can dial that consumer in.
4 models to choose from: the Core model, the Max, the LS, and the Max Lite.
Yep, so the Core is our fastest fit, if you will. It's a quad system, goes back to our history of R7. It's got 4 weights, 2 in the back, 2 in the front. Just think weight in the back for giving, weight in the front faster, weight in the heel, draw for a righty, weight in the toe, fade for a righty, or a lefty the opposite of that. But just you have the complete capabilities of fitting that consumer to whatever you want. Then it opens up the other 2 to be even more different. So our LS is still our low spin driver, but it's our fastest fast. It's got more aero in there, tucked in shape. Still looks like our tour shape from the address position, but it's a really fast aerodynamic shape. And then with our Max side, we can actually push that even further. We wanted to go faster, more fittable with our Max. And so you'll see it's got a Max weight in the back. It gives you really good forgiveness product. But we do see a lot of these consumers that deliver like the face a little open and hit on the toe side, a little too much spin. We can now take that heavy TAS weight in the back and move that to the front. Now we can drop spin rates on average by about 320 RPMs, which means you're just gonna have a really great experience with the product if you were overspinning it in the past. So the Max Lite, slower swing speeds, have a hard time keeping the club on plane, and so we try to lighten the whole system. The head for the men's is about 10 grams lighter, the shaft's 10 grams lighter, and even the grip is 10 grams lighter. On the women's side, we even take another 5 grams off of that. So again, it just makes it so much easier for that slightly weaker swinger to be able to keep the product on plane and have the best experience.
It all boils down to talking to a fitter at Golf Town and getting the proper fit, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. Fitting is the most important piece of it. I can give everybody out there 20, 30 yards of distance sometimes when it comes to a fit.
We are in the putter lab here at the Kingdom, and this is Patrick Baxter. He is the product manager for putters and wedges at Taylormade. And Patrick, consumers have a lot of choice when it comes to low torque putters. Let's get into the nuts and bolts and the technology of the Spyder ZT.
You bet, Hugh. So in order for a putter to be named a Spyder, it has to have 3 product tenets. The first is high MOI, and we achieve that by the weighting properties of the putter. So we have a stainless steel front, we have a 771 aluminum grade back. Also, we hollowed out the center. So behind this very cool electric blue sole plate, we have great perimeter weighting. So high MOI and perimeter weighting is the DNA of a Spyder. The second piece is the pure roll. A Spyder needs to have great roll properties. Thanks to our Sirlin insert, this is our pure roll insert that encourages topspin in the putt.
Gets the ball rolling as soon as possible, right?
You bet, you bet. And then lastly is a new take of our True Path. You may have noticed in our Spyder Tour line that white alignment. Because this putter is fully milled, we went ahead and had a new take on True Path with the mill marks. And lastly, this is a putter that is toe up. We often talk about toe hang and face balance. This is a whole different design where if I were to lay the putter on its balance point, you can see that the toe is sitting up. So what is toe up? And what we do is Every time we make a putter and we ensure that the putter ships to our customer, we install the grip. And as the last fail-safe to make sure this putter sits toe up, we use these 3 TSS weights, the weights that you can find in our old driver, that we utilize these TSS weights to make sure your putter ships it toe up.
3 options in this putter. Let's walk through each of them.
You bet. So I'm holding the standard model. We offer this in a traditional length, 35-inch. It has a KBS CT putter shaft. It's 120 grams. And then we arm it with our Pistol 1.0. It's a 1-degree forward press grip. We do offer the ZT in a counterbalance. The counterbalance is really great. I'm really proud of this one. Beautiful package. Obviously it has that larger grip. Because of the heavy grip, it's 92 grams. Because of the heavier head, in an effort to reduce the total weight, we went and partnered with KBS to create a custom graphite shaft. So this is their GPS graphite putter shaft. It weighs 155 grams, and because it was a custom arrangement, we got to do some really cool things here by just kind of incorporating fun things like this spider and really give this putter a great premium package.
Yeah, it looks great.
So this is the counterbalance. It's offered in 38, and then we do have a 36-inch model.
You also have this great looking black version as well.
Same features and benefits, but we did PVD the front portion to an all black finish, and really this creates just a nice clean look in a dress.
What has been some of the reaction from the players on tour to this product?
We had our first prototype out to tour, and we had a non-contract athlete pick it up, and we got a win at the Valero Texas Open in March. And we were all planning for a June launch to launch the product to retail right before Father's Day. And what we experienced was impressive demand. Putters were selling out in each store same week as the debut. So
no matter what version you get of the Spider ZT, you're telling me you're guaranteed to make more putts, right?
It will help. It will help.
He is Matt Simone. He is the Director of Custom for Taylormade. And Matt, let's talk about the shaft story this year. It is a big one. Let's walk through low, medium, and high rotation and what it means to the average golfer.
Yes, what we're trying to do is we're trying to match release profile or their rotation to the shaft profile. So for the players that tend to hold on, they don't do much rotation through the golf ball, they're really kind of turning with their body, we tend to like to put them into a stiffer tip profile. On the opposite end of the spectrum, we have people that are very active in their release. They have a little bit more rotation through the golf ball. We tend to see them fit much better with a softer tip profile. And so that's why we created this HR red profile. And then for people that are in the middle, that are a bit balanced in their release, that's what our blue profile, or our mid rotation, which has a mid tip stiffness.
Is that where most people are going to live?
A lot of people live in that, yeah. 60% of the people that we see in all of our data tend to live in the middle of the bell curve, right in that MR profile, and there's 20% at the end. So our tip stiff profiles are white, our mid rotation, our medium stiffness are blue, and then we'll put red hits on for the high rotation, softer tip sections.
So it's not about adjusting you to the shaft per se, it's about adjusting the shaft to you, making sure you have the right one.
100%. When we see those two things match, people say, they kind of look at you during the fitting, they're like, oh yeah, this feels good. And that's exactly just the club bending and moving the way you want to square the club face. And when those things sync up, we see speeds increase, we see impact locations tighten on the face, and it makes the fitters' lives a lot easier.
All of this speaks to fitting. Talk about, obviously, the importance of getting properly fit.
We created three distinct profiles with the LS, the Core, and the Max head. Now we have our distinct shaft profiles, and so when you do that, now you can get the golf ball flying in an ideal way, and you can do it in a pretty efficient manner. We love our fitters at Golf Town. We think it's really important to people to go in. It's a fairly efficient process, and we know you're going to walk out with the right product.
Mike Fox is TaylorMade's Senior Category Director for Golf Ball. And Mike, congratulations on solving a problem you couldn't even see, the invisible problem. What is it and how did you fix it?
So it got deemed this invisible problem, you're right. First because we couldn't see it, and then as we're going into the testing, we couldn't even measure it at the time. And it was us or anybody, because 5 years ago we were testing products from ourselves, from competitors, and we would have these anomalies pop up. Golf balls are supposed to be the same construction, the same golf balls, just flying differently. 5 yards high, 7 yards short, a few yards left to right. What uncovered is when you cut a golf ball open and you took a microscope to the bottom of that dimple, what we saw was just the paint was pooling into the bottom of that dimple. And that pooling would be flooding, and that flooding would create inconsistent flight through the air. So the way you solve that is by creating the most consistent layer of paint that we've ever measured on a product that we call microcoating. And microcoating is in essence that, a more consistent layer of paint for more consistent ball flight than we've ever seen in our products before.
So let's dive in a little bit deeper into the tech of the TP5 and the TP5x. The TP5, half a club longer than the previous version. How?
What we've done is we've moved to our largest core we've ever had, our fastest and largest core, and then consequently we moved to thinner mantle layers and then a new dimple pattern. And with this unique construction change, what we're producing is now a faster TP5 than we've ever had before. Longer iron distance, as well as longer driver distances than we've had. Previously, players that were using TP5 were using it because it was soft and spun a lot around the green, including Rory. However, what they were doing is they were sacrificing more distance than they wanted. So if we could keep that feel, keep that greenside spin, but just make it go way faster and way longer, that's what we wanted to do. And that's what we were able to accomplish with this new construction updates and these new dimple patterns.
TP5 or TP5X, how do I know which one is right for me?
When you're trying to figure out which golf ball is right for your game, start with what you're struggling with the most. Hey, are you trying to hit it further? Great, let's look at the TP5X, which is focused around ball speed and distance. If you're someone that's struggling with feel or spin around the green, let's take a look at TP5. Our TP5 product is still our softest, highest spinning ball around the green. It's just faster than it's ever been before. And our TP5X product is the fastest TP5X we've ever had. So you still get to choose between the two, but the preference part of what the feel is, how you want to play your game, is a big part of making your decision.
Or if you're struggling with just finding it. We're back with Andrew. We're talking about the new Taylormade Qi Max and Qi Max HL irons. And Andrew, sound tells the story of these irons. How does that happen?
Yeah, so think about sound and feel as being the same. We use our hands to feel what we're feeling through impact. We're using our ears to hear the sound. In the past, somebody who's gotten a distance product has not necessarily had the best sounding product. And so we've worked really hard this year to have them feel the way you'd expect them to feel so the results feel right. We've created a sound bar where you can see it cut open. This sound bar is holding the sole side and the top side together to really hold it in a rigid body. And then we've created this echo dampening high-bar material, which we've always had in the sole. We now are able to pull that up higher because it has a bridge bar in the back to retain everything together so it doesn't pop off the sections in the back. And so what we're creating is a product that has this slightly higher pitch, a shorter like vibrations, and the energy-wise about 50% less loud. And so it feels solid. So now what you see feels the way you hit it. And so it's a really great way of giving the person, the consumer, really good feedback between what they feel and what they see in the air.
It's all about being more confident with your irons, isn't it?
Correct, yeah. And so we have two versions. We've got the Max and the Max HL. Don't think high launch here, think high and light. It's a lighter product. It's got more loft. It's designed to get the ball in the air quicker. You know, if you're somebody with slower swing speeds, I'd probably look at the HL. Somebody who wants like a really great distance iron, this is a little more compact of a shape than the Qi, original Qi. It's a little more player friendly. We've got two options now to find you for that person who's looking for that ultimate distance iron.
And straight distance, as you say, is the best distance. Well, that is a wrap from the Kingdom here in Carlsbad. Taylormade knocking it out of the park with their Qi4D lineup for 2026. To find out which product is best for you, simply head to your nearest golf town, talk to one of our qualified master club fitters, or find out more online at golftown.com.